Anyway, guys, rekrap, excuse me, uploaded a video a couple of years ago called "It Took Me 4 Months to Beat Minecraft in 15 Minutes." And I wanted to watch it because it is a goal of mine to beat Minecraft quickly. And I think rekrap's a good creator. So let's take a look.
Minecraft in 15 minutes, something that took the entire Minecraft community 9 years and thousands of players speedrunning every day. I want to do it too, sort of. See, I was trying to get my first ever sub 30-minute speedrun, something I'd been trying to do on and off for about a year. I didn't just beat Minecraft in under 30 minutes though, or even 25. 17 minutes! This time is faster than Dream's fastest run ever. You probably can't tell from my reaction, but I don't deserve it. Like, at all. I went from a personal best of 30 minutes to 17! That's not supposed to happen. Unlike the 100-meter dash, Minecraft speedruns involve a lot of luck. Lucky spawn, pearl rates, blaze drops, chest loot, stronghold generation, dragon perch, you get the point. My 1745 got lucky in every single category. I spawned next to a village with a ruined portal. This allowed me to enter the nether in just 4 minutes, only to spawn inside of another fortress. I killed 10 blaze compared to the average 14. There was a bastion in sight, which gave me pearls, and I entered the end in 16 minutes. Did I mention the stronghold was exposed in the ocean, and the dragon took less than a minute to kill?
That's all pretty lucky. In fact, I'm almost confused how it took 17 minutes with all that luck. The bastion was glazed over. I'm assuming that was the biggest time loss.
I feel like I got this run because of luck. That's it. And I hated that. I promised myself I was not only going to beat that time, but beat Minecraft in 15 minutes. First, I'd have to get quicker at entering the nether. My current strategy is to loot a village, killing an iron golem to make a bucket so I can make a nether portal. But on average, it takes 5 minutes to do that.
Is this guy an idiot? Why does he want to be good rather than lucky? Just get lucky. Like, what are we talking about? Just get, don't drop the mirror emoji in my chat again. Thank you. Just get lucky. That's good enough.
That's already a third of the time I need. Introducing pirate strats. See, I'm not the only one to learn villages are a slow way to enter the nether. About 2 years, the speedrunning community learned that shipwrecks are OP. They can be found in any ocean and contain a ridiculous amount of iron and gold. But there is a problem. Where's the lava? How are you going to enter the nether?
I think a ravine is what you're going to say.
This is where the brilliance of pirate strats truly comes to light. All you need is a magma ravine. You can build a nether portal underwater, and it's way faster than a lava. Looking at this for the first time, it's like magic. So, instead of getting 5 or 6 minute enters, I was starting to get 3 or 4 minute enters. Side note, there is a shipwreck directly in front of me. You cannot see it. Minecraft is terrible. So even if I had a good world, I'd end up missing it because I can't see through the water. Speedrunners have thought of this too. In the Minecraft files on your computer, there is one called options.txt. You can open it and change your gamma. We go from this to this. You can actually see the
Tim, do I have this? Tim, do I have this? Yes. Then why do I always stare at my computer like an old man reading his phone? Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, my bad.
Ship now. And with this tactic, I was beginning to average 4-minute nether entries. Plus, I got a really cool timer in the top right. I feel legit now.
What's RT and what's IGT?
Yeah. RTA is real time. ITG is in-game time. So if I pause, it doesn't count. Let me tell you though, a timer does not make you better at the video game. I had yet to get another 25-minute run. Sometimes I would die in the end as I'm killing the dragon. I did learn some useful things though, like 1, do not bridge with wood in the nether. It'll light you on fire. You'll fall in lava. 2, you're not as good at the video game as you think, okay? Chill out, play to your skill level. But as I started to review...
How does he know how to speed bridge, but he doesn't have like a consistent sub 30?
All of the footage of my deaths, a pattern started emerging. Piglins. Broadly speaking, you need ender pearls to finish a speedrun. And if you would have asked the speedrunning community 2 years ago, how do you get a lot of ender pearls, they'd have probably said you kill endermen or trade with villagers. Not in this day and age. We speedrunners use pigs. See, watch this. He's gonna take the gold bar and he's gonna give me let's try again. He's gonna give me ender pearls. He gave me nether bricks this time. It'll be ender pearls this time for sure. I promise. Come on, you guys are embarrassing me. I need some pearls. Hey, there we go. There we go. So you might have noticed it's a bit rare to get pearls.
5%.
Fortunately for us, we can combat this by trading copious amounts of gold. Where are you going to get a lot of gold in there, though? Bastions. For example, if we take all this gold and get a whole bunch of piglins in a small area, I'll explain how to do this later, over 3 stacks of pearls.
Okay, this kind of feels like Finish the Fucking Owl. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like, first you outline the beak, then you draw the feathers. Like, yeah, okay, I know you go to a bastion, I know you trade gold. Like, a sub 15 is crazy.
Not only that, but we get fire resistance potions, string to make wool to kill the dragon. I'll explain how we kill it with wool later. This is really when my speedrun started becoming fast. In fact, I got my second sub 25 ever. No! Yes! Sub 25 by 3 seconds! Long way off from 15, but progress is progress. I gotta admit though, I still didn't know how to loot bastions quickly. Not every bastion looks the same. In fact, there are 4 different types, each one with a bit of variability. For example, you see how this one has some basalt up at the top right corner here? This one doesn't have that. That sub 25 run utilized this bastion, which is pretty straightforward. But I knew if I wanted to get good at speedrunning, I'd have to master every route for every bastion. So I started researching, and I've learned
Why? Why can't you just make up a route and then just fucking win?
This one, for example, it's called stables. If I'm walking up here and I see that this gap right here is 2 blocks tall, I know for a fact there are no gold blocks down here. But if I go to that same spot on a different bastion and the gap is only 1 block wide, I know that I can place a block here. I can dig in the wall. I'm in this staircase. I go down here and there are gold blocks right here.
Not doing triple to gap. Not using beef salad hole. Embarrassing.
And down here. You have to memorize this sort of thing for every single bastion type. Not only that, but you gotta survive.
Thank you for the 1,000 bits, Frosted Wins. Ludwig Reacts for the win, I'm saying.
Man. Piglins are tough. They'll just slaughter you. It's a bad day for everybody. Here, take this, sir. Please don't be mad. Before I knew it, I was on my best pace ever, leaving the bastion at 9 minutes. All I needed to do was find a fortress and kill blades. I was even in a call with friends. Dude, I'm on like a really good pace.
11:37. Imagine this is the run where he gets sub 15. And we're all talking about...
Oh my gosh! As you said that, you... Oh,
I know, I did not say anything, Parker. You are...
choked me.
Oh, no.
I thought that would...
Ludwig Reacts puts you in lava. Right. So, okay, he Ludwigged it. Okay, so we're handing out permabans today.
Be the hardest part, dying on a good run. Little did I know this would happen over and over. Before I knew it, I was addicted, staying up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m., speedrunning my mind out. I just wanted to get the next PB, the next good run. I was staying up so late that I started making promises with my friends to go to bed. I'll set a hard cap on 12:30.
How did you do that? He honestly made a big...
Although they were late nights, progress was beginning to show. In 1 hour, I got another entry at 340, 240, 319, 220. Okay. 230, and just looking at my mechanics, I was getting so much better. But Rek, what happened to all those good nether entries? Did you just die a ton? For the most part, no, actually. These runs would end because I can't find a bastion. What's the point entering in 3 minutes if it takes another 5 minutes to find a bastion? This is when I learned of a strategy that would help me find bastions through walls. You do this with the F3 screen. For example, if I load into the nether, this line of text next to the E, this is showing you how many entities are in your rendered area. In our case, there's 148, but the number in front of the slash shows you how many entities are in your current field of view. Speedrunners will shrink their current field of view, so now I'm only looking at 10 entities. And if I spin around, I'll see that there's 30 entities in this direction, while over here, there's only 13.
Why is he leaking these
have
secrets?
A ton of entities.
Why is he leaking these secrets? Also, follow up. Someone asked, Ludwig, are you going to beat Small Ant's time? Given enough time, I'm going to beat everyone's time. Small Ant, Feinberg, rekrap, you name it. I am not the hare. I am the tortoise, and I am coming.
We can even get more tricky with it by increasing our render distance, and I know that there's a bastion within about 11 chunks of here. Just as the F3 screen predicted, here's the bastion. Finally, after weeks of practice and a few days before Christmas...
Come on, one more.
Let's go! Beating my 10 seconds! Wait, let's go! This was a huge moment for me. The seed, it wasn't incredibly lucky. I knew how to play it well, and I did. As much as it was exciting though, it's a long way off from sub 15. Worse than that, I had bet on pace several times to PB, only to die and lose the run. It was on this run in particular, after dying to a terrible pearl, that I started developing a new mindset. Holy frick, mistakes were gonna happen, that's a fact of life, and that's a fact of speedrunning. The way I started to think about it though, is I'm just collecting mistakes. If I make this mistake throwing a bad pearl, I'll never make it again. I've learned my lesson. One good run, for example, died when I was fighting blazes, but I was holding my shield. I didn't know how I got lit on fire, so I looked it up. And it turns out, the way blazes aim at you while you're holding a shield, they can just barely hit your head if they're lucky. The way to prevent this is to always be jumping or be on the same level as blazes.
I didn't know that. Always be jumping.
In the Nether, you often don't have a lot of food. One good tactic, though, is to kill hoglins, because
With
you can
lava.
get cooked pork chop, which is like the best food in the game. The reason I died here is because soul sand is slightly lower than a normal block. That difference on the soul sand is enough where the hoglin can reach you and kill you.
That's a crazy way to die. That's a crazy way to die.
To learn dozens of tricks like these the hard way. Now, up until this point, I've kind of neglected something pretty important. You know how we can
Your
find
life?
a bastion with this E number in the top left? Let's say you finish looting bastion. You need to find a fortress. How are you gonna do that? Turns out, if you hold Shift F3, you can use the pie chart in the bottom right to find a freaking fortress. You can think of the pie chart as a file directory, and we can manipulate that directory to detect spawners. In our case, we'll press 4, 1, 1, 3. We're now detecting all block entities. The blue are mob spawners in our rendered area. In this world, for example, we have a spawner, and we're at 22 chunks, but if we backtrack
That's a lot of chunks.
refresh our pie chart, it's no longer there. The spawner only appears going from 21 to 22. Now, if we turn on chunk borders, we can cross over one chunk and see if it's in that direction. Now, it's not going to be in a straight line, but I know that it's 21 chunks to the north. We can even repeat the same process a couple chunks later to help pinpoint.
There's a chunk in the top left. Now, what the fuck is that? What's that? What's that all about? Just because I'm eating food, I'm a chunk now? I'll remember this. I'll get my revenge on you.
The direction, and what do you know, the fortress is right here. Although you do have to be wary of these bastions, because this type of bastion actually has a spawner down at the bottom, so if you see this, you gotta restart. But it helps a ton, and I started pulling off 20-minute runs consistently, even getting some 18-minute runs, and finally... Wait, that's a PB. The reason I might not sound that enthusiastic is because, one, I only PB'd by 20 seconds. But two, I had a run that same day that was much faster. I entered the end at 1350. But
you could win.
I goofed up hard. Only weapon against the dragon were 4 beds. You can technically kill the dragon with it, but I just wasn't skilled enough. I messed up. I would have beaten my record by almost a minute. It's instantly purging! Are you kidding me?
Oh my god. I could never.
Are you kidding me? You know, I've seen people kill the dragon with beds before. I thought it was gonna be easy, you know? You just place down a bed, it'll blow up the dragon. Easy as that. Look at how much damage my beds are doing. You can kill the dragon with 4 beds. I use 6 here and do basically 0 damage. Thankfully, there's a couple of legendary YouTubers out there, like Boomer Plays. This guy has the best tutorials on the planet. The dragon's head basically has 2 hitboxes.
How many subs do you think Boomer Plays has from that shout out? Yeah, we tripled. Oh, he hasn't uploaded since. That's so sad. Does he even know? I'm a boomer that plays video games. Oh my god, he's probably 40 with children at this point.
but only the small one is what really counts. You have to detonate your bed as this small tiny box is right above the head of your bed's mattress. And you only have a couple frames to do this. If you mess up the timing, you're gonna do little to no damage to the dragon. On top of that, if you don't even know the right side to go to kill the dragon, you won't do any damage. In our case, the dragon's spinning to the left, so we would have to stand on the left side. After all of that, it still took me 8 beds to kill the dragon. Most times, you're not gonna have 8 beds. After a little bit, I hit a 7 bed, which isn't good, but it's like a passing grade. I didn't really start getting good until I found this practice map. You just click on a sign, and
I consistently 5 bed. 7 bed is high-key pathetic.
you're all set to go for a 1 cycle. And it worked. The very next day, I hit the 4 bed in a real run.
Oh, I hit the 4 bed.
I don't know if it was the confidence of the 4 beds or I just got lucky, but the next recording session, I had 4 runs where I entered the nether in 2 minutes. One of which, I entered a bastion, still at the 2-minute mark. My
That's
best
crazy.
pace ever by far.
How's he
I
hit it?
entered the fortress in 6 minutes and left the nether with everything under 10 minutes.
That's crazy fast.
I entered the portal room at 13:30.
That is crazy slow. How the fuck did it take you 7 minutes to get here? 7 minutes? What did you do, bro? What? How did it take you 7 damn minutes?
Unfortunately, I only had 9 eyes. I needed 11, and the run was dead. Dude. The sad thing is it could have been preventable. I threw pearls to travel faster when I needed them to enter the end. I ended the run feeling the most demotivated I had ever felt. I recorded this on my phone that night.
Over the course of this challenge, we've only made like 40 seconds progress, which is really sucky, actually.
I'm not sure if sub 15 is possible. I've spent weeks
Oh, it's so sad.
and so many hours trying to get it, but I just wasn't there. I needed to save minutes. I started watching some of my favorite speedrunners, almost as a comfort, but then I had it.
Wait, is that fucking Feinberg's dumbass? Oh my god. That's awesome. God, I wish I knew him back then. Yo, I'm Feinberg. Yo, I'm Feinberg, and I'm 18.
Minutes. I started watching some of my favorite speedrunners, almost as a comfort, but then I had it. Stronghold generation. As you can see, we're 1,500 blocks away. Normally, walking from spawn to the stronghold is a huge waste of time, but what if I told you I could get this number to be 400 blocks away?
I don't fucking buy it.
First, we gotta understand how strongholds generate. Let's imagine this lime green block as the spawn of a Minecraft world.
Fine, I'll do it. I'll imagine it. Fine.
There will be 3 strongholds that generate in a ring anywhere from 1,400 blocks to 2,800 blocks away.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Since we typically enter the nether around here, and since traveling in the nether is 8 times faster than in the overworld, we can actually move out to where this ring is, build another portal, and guarantee ourselves to be closer than if we had been from spawn. This
Okay, that's adding up.
is what's known as blind travel. You have to memorize specific distances for specific locations in the nether, but it gets even faster. Imagine we built our first portal here. The Eye of Ender will tell us the stronghold is in this direction. We can then go back into the nether, utilizing the 8 times faster travel, and build another portal right on top of the stronghold. And it can save minutes off any time. To do it, you simply need to throw one eye, measure the direction it's going. In our case, it's heading about this angle. Go over a couple blocks, throw another eye, and measure the angle again. We can then use these 2 lines to pinpoint exactly where the stronghold would be off in the distance. The more accurately you measure the eyes, the more accurate your stronghold estimation is going to be. If you want to get the exact coordinates, though, down to the block, you're going to have to zoom in. In my case, for my computer, it's 31. Yes, you have to memorize different FOVs for different monitors. Make your sensitivity extremely low and line up your crosshair pixel perfect. You do this by pausing your game repeatedly, moving slightly with each pause. In most cases, speedrunners will use this bot that you see in the top left corner, which is legal, by the way, and it tells us that the stronghold is 200 blocks away, and it gives us the exact
I wish it was illegal so I didn't have to learn it. My life would be so much better.
coordinates of the stronghold. That's pretty OP, and it was a huge debate in the speedrunning community to decide if it was legal or not. Personally,
Who was on the side of it being legal? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who was that guy? Feinberg? No, I don't think so. I think Feinberg and Kuraway were against it. No? You guys aren't old heads. You don't know shit.
I was against it at the beginning. But at the basic level, you can make these calculations by using trigonometry. Yeah, that thing you learned in school that you thought you'd never use. So, I thought to myself, if I do the trigonometry on paper, I think I'd be fine using the calculator.
I'm back in school, baby.
Yes, I watched multiple online lectures because I could not remember how to do trig. It's been 2 years from high school, but I think I got a decent grasp on it now.
I've been working on this problem for almost 3 hours, okay? I've done a lot of work, a lot of math. I've messed up so many times. But according to my calculations, the stronghold is 351 blocks away at these coordinates. We're gonna double check our work with this command. Please, please. Yeah! So we're like 70 blocks off, but
That's not even, that's not good. That's not good. Why do we say yes? You're dozens of percentage points off. That's so bad.
because my two data points were only 27 blocks apart, which I could change in the real world, and there's some error due to rounding. So my math freaking worked, dude.
I don't know if his math worked.
Dude, I did all of this. Plus, I did it again. The stronghold should be 1,327 blocks away, okay? 1339! 13!
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. That one's close enough.
27!
I'll give him that one.
I was off by 5 blocks! Oh, that was so much work. I'll stick to using the calculator, but I can do it, and it's so cool.
December 13th, I pulled off this strategy, traveling back through the nether and building a portal at the bottom of a lava lake. I spawned inside of the stronghold. It was going to be close, but a sub 15 was possible. After entering the end at 14 minutes and 8 seconds, all I could do was wait. Wait for the dragon to perch. I crafted my beds, but then disaster struck. I had to use 2 pearls to get to the end fountain, otherwise I wouldn't get there in time. I was on little health as I one-cycled the dragon.
Oh, you're gonna die, brother.
And on my second to last bed, I ran out of health. I recorded this immediately after.
I know I should be like kind of sad and down on myself because I could have had a sub 16 time, but I messed it up. But I feel so good. Like, sub 15 is possible. And that was huge proof of it. I mean, it was like a minute behind pace, but it's only a minute. I can make up a minute in so many different ways.
By this point,
his indomitable spirit that cannot be crushed by the throes of society is beautiful.
It was late December, and I was totally obsessed with watching other people speedrun. You'd actually be surprised how...
It's like such a good video. And then fucking ruins it. He fucking ruins it, bro. He's talking about all this stuff he's doing to improve. Then he's like, yeah, then I watched One Punch Man season 3 and I loved it. Like,
How many tricks you can learn by watching other people. Speedrunners will post all of their failed runs to second channels, and I would watch like all of them on multiple channels. I've watched them all. And I ended the year learning 2 new strategies. The first is knowing what direction the portal room is in. Strongholds are like mazes. You don't know which path to go down to get to the stronghold. But if you go to the beginning of any stronghold generation, you can tell this because there's a staircase that doesn't have anything at the top. You can again use the pie chart and zooming in your FOV to see where the portal room is. In our case, the orange section of the pie chart is pretty low. But if we go to the right, it spikes up a ton. Flying forward, we can see this is where the portal room is. The second was running multiple Minecrafts at once. This was extremely useful because 99.9% of your runs will end with you resetting the world.
what a old-fashioned way to do this shit. What an old-fashioned way to do this shit. Holy fuck. Just pull it up 4. That's crazy.
Even with 4 Minecrafts running, though, I was still spending the majority of my time sorting through worlds. So when I watched these top-level runners, they would load 9 or 15 Minecrafts at once. I knew I had to do this. This would increase my odds of getting a sub 15 9-fold. So
that makes way more sense.
So I looked up a tutorial on how to do it and failed miserably. I'm supposed to be loading 9 right now, and I'm getting 1 that's super glitched out. It took me 3 days and many hours of trying before I finally gave up.
Dude, it's not hard to set up. Just DM Tim. Am I crazy?
and had to contact the guy who created the code that allows you to run 9 at once. If you're watching, thank you, Spectre. The same day I got it working, I started hitting crazy paces. 2-minute enters and 4-minute bastions. Then it happened, entering the end in 14 minutes, and the dragon was coming down to purge.
Nice.
All I had to do is something I'd done
Nice.
hundreds of times. One cycle
Nice.
the dragon.
Little
But the
late.
nerves got to me, and I messed
Little
up
late.
my 4-bet. I had to think fast. There were only 2 ways I could damage the dragon. My axe, which I pulled out, but if I hit him 6 times, he would fly away. I hit him 5 times, I couldn't hit again. The dragon would not die. In desperation, I tried to craft a respawn anchor, messing up with the crafting. This would be the fastest run ever. Everything was down to this last game.
No! Are you kidding me? That was gonna be so sick, dude.
Oh my god.
A sliver of the dragon's health was all that stood between
That's
me
unlucky,
and a
bro.
sub 15. Technically, it would have been like 1507, but that didn't matter to me. I
All the clutch factor of CJ Stroud in one man. That's unlucky.
was more determined than ever, putting in crazy hours. Shipwrecks. I had memorized every variation. I knew them like the back of my hand. Magma ravines. I'd spent hours learning how to do them. Once I was in the nether, I could tell there was a bastion close. Very close, but it was across a lava lake. I'd have to speed bridge.
Dude,
One mess up,
how do you
and it'd be
speed bridge?
another death. I threw a pearl. Lowering the render distance, I could move away without being teleported. I went back to the bastion. I could activate the pearl at any moment. The pigs gave me
Pearl
everything I
hang.
needed. It was time to find Blaze. It was a Soul Sand Valley, meaning there were more Blaze, but double the monsters. I couldn't die here. 8 minutes. I was realizing this was my best pace ever. Out of the nether with everything I needed before the first sun had set. I threw my eye. I had to measure it precisely. I couldn't afford to lose one. This was it, but was I digging down at the right spot? What if I was wrong? It wasn't.
Jackpot.
I saw the 12-minute mark. This was the fastest I'd ever been. The end game. I could feel the nerves starting to get to me.
7 beds were money as fuck. There's literally no way to choke this. Not a perch? That's a perch, that's a perch. Perch, 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 perch! Perch, perch! Yes. Wrong side, wrong side. Now, now, now! Good. Little late. Good. 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 GG, brother. We did it. We fucking did it, bro.
There's no way.
And it's not even a 14.
Yeah!
It's a 13.
I actually did it! What?
Holy shit, bro. We
This video-
fucking did that shit. That is wild, bro. Damn. I actually don't even feel like I need to personally get a 15 anymore. Like, I feel like watching him do it kind of gave me the same satisfaction. I'm kind of good on that shit. Straight up. I got the dopamine rush just watching that guy do all the work. Fuck, I don't got to do it. Watch rekrap2's tunnel video? What does that mean? I spent 2 months digging secret tunnels. Here's what happened.
For the past 2 months, I've been digging secret tunnels and documenting the whole thing.
Now we turn and then we go again!
It's 2 hours, bro. I'm not watching this.
Here we go! Oh my god, someone was in here! Someone else in
Are you sure?
tunnel!
And over these 2 months, I've watched as spawn blew up time and time again.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
Found bases lost to time.
Hold up! What?
And listened in to every conversation Spawn has had over these 2 months.
Holy!
Who's
okay,
who's
first of all,
spawnas?
guys, do you know what's been happening? Spawn has craters everywhere.
This is the best secret base video you have ever seen. You'll watch as I start with a single tunnel and turn it into an underground empire. Everything you see is 100% real and unscripted.
Yeah, he's trying to land on them.
Yo, you almost got it. Growing up on Minecraft, one of my favorite things has always been to make secrets. But unlike the flimsy piston door I had on single player as a kid, this video is a 2-month-long effort digging an underground network of tunnels on a professional Minecraft server. So as we go back to the very first day, enjoy the hour-plus long video you're about to watch. I hope you enjoy, because I...
They call it 2 hour minus, not 1 hour plus. Like, we're closer to the 2 mark here than 1.
certainly did. Oh, I should have been recording this the whole time. Why am I not recording? This is like...
This looks like a good video. I'm not even gonna lie, this looks like a good video. We're not gonna watch it. Not necessarily like, when I say that, I don't mean like I'm not gonna watch it ever. I'm just saying I'm not gonna watch it today. That's it. That's it. What is this? Someone linked me a timestamp of a rekrap video.
After opening your inventory, if you press tab, the book will be highlighted, and then from there, you can press space to open and close it. But you can actually use this to craft slightly faster, because instead of going all the way over to grab your item, you can just press space, and you're instantly over the item. And so you'll see a lot of runners do this to craft everything they want. When using TNT to collect gold from a bastion, you can actually briefly light your...
I don't think they do that.
...self on fire to reduce the knockback from TNT. This also works with hogglons. Most speedrunners drop a piece of gravel on their trading pit, not only to elevate the items so they can collect them easier, but this will also actually kill any baby piglins at the bottom. This is important because those baby piglins can actually hold on to a lot of gold. If you're in an area with crimson or warp nilium and there's nothing growing on the bottom, you are guaranteed another layer above with grass and mushrooms and whatnot.
What the fuck? Okay, I had to watch this video.
Have you ever wondered why speedrunners alternate gravel and soul sand?
Yeah, to build faster. Yes, to build faster. Duh.
Up? Well, the short answer is it's faster. But the long answer is that's not really true.
What? What the hell? Why'd you trick me?
The main difference you're seeing on screen right now is on the right side. I am switching blocks, yes, but I'm tapping spacebar every time I place a block instead of holding spacebar. We can see it in this gravel demonstration really well. You go so much faster simply timing your spacebar jumps. I was actually really confused when I started making this video because I knew that alternating blocks made it faster, but I tested it and they were the exact same. Sorry, they looked the exact same. You actually do save time, but it is way smaller than I thought. Over the course of 30 or so blocks, I literally saved...
Thank you for the 2 years hockey and Legos.
...half a second. The reason this happens is because soul sand is a slightly shorter block, so jumping from soul sand to a normal block takes slightly less time than from a normal block to a normal block. You save time going from the shorter block to the taller block, but actually don't lose any time going from the taller block to the shorter block. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing. You can read Feinberg's message if you want.
0.005 seconds every 2 blocks. Minecraft player when holding spacebar auto jumps every 10 ticks. When you jump 1 Y level, your player lands after 9 ticks. Dude, I cannot believe he has ever found love in his life. I'm sorry, that's mean. Jesus. So when you hold space building up, you stand still for 1 tick on every block. Tapping space will save you 1 tick every block, which over a stack of blocks saves 3.2 seconds. Alternating soul sand in a full block makes it so that when you jump up 1.125 blocks, soul sand a full block, it takes 8 ticks to land instead of 9. But when you jump full block to soul sand up 8.275 blocks, it only takes 9 ticks to land. You might think it takes 10. You can only take advantage of this by tapping space. If you don't tap space, you end up standing still on the full block for 2 ticks instead of 1 tick. But if you tap space, you save a tick every 2 blocks, which over a stack of blocks saves 1.6 seconds. Dude. Wow. Okay. And we're learning. And we're learning.
But the way Minecraft rounds, it's actually faster to alternate soul sand and sand. Wow, that is a way longer explanation than I thought I would need. We're going through a lot of strats today, so buckle in. I think this video is gonna be really cool. You might know that double clicking on an item groups all of that item together.
Yes.
But what you might not know how to do is this.
Yeah,
it's
what
called
is that?
quick looting. And the way to do it is while holding shift, hover over an item, press a hotkey, click the empty spot, hotkey again, and click the same spot. And if you do this fast enough, it'll collect all of your items in your inventory.
What's a hotkey?
You can do this with any of your hotkeys, but I like using my offhand because it's more convenient. When overlapping a craft, like a crafting table and sticks, you can actually right and left click at the same time to instantly craft both. This does work for things like shovels and axes, but sometimes it glitches out, and so even though it doesn't look like you crafted it, if I save inventory, it did actually craft it. It's just like a ghost item. Turning on hitboxes is an easy way to see kelp floating on the surface. This usually means there's a magma ravine at the bottom, but like lots of things in this video, magma ravines don't exist in the later versions of Minecraft. So lots of the strats talked about here are mainly used in version 1.16.1. This is the fastest version to speedrun Minecraft and what the world record is on. You can actually build a nether portal without a bucket. I'm not going to explain how to do it here, but one thing I do think is interesting is to do it, you need to know how deep the lava is. And so when I mine this magma, I'm looking at this block right here to see the Y value. There, I saw that it was 4 for a second before the obsidian covered it, and so I know I have to drop 2 pieces of sand here to get to a Y value of 6. I need a Y value of 6 to do the rest of the shenanigans that I'm not going to go into this video, but I think are really cool and at least worth mentioning.
What? So you're building the hole and then pouring water around it.
When making lava portals, you might not always have flint and steel to light your portal. And so you might see speedrunners
You burn blocks.
put leaves or wood next to their portal to try and light it. Leaves are actually slightly better because they burn a little bit faster than wood. And you might see them turn their difficulty to hard mode because fire spreads more.
Sorry. That was misinformation. Leaves light quicker, but they also burn faster. And the burning is worse for you. You want something that lights quickly, but then the time it takes for the light to transfer to the portal is RNG. Sorry. Just thought I would chime in for a moment.
On hard mode. When looting desert temples, you can place sand below you to take less fall damage, and if you time it perfectly, you'll only take half a heart of fall damage. It's like weird.
Carpet's better. Sorry. Technically, the carpet does light faster, but the carpet, again, does burn faster. So it depends on the amount of carpets you have, and it could fail. A light does not mean a portal will be lit.
You take a damage tick and hit the sand, but don't lose any momentum.
Carpet burns faster than wood. Yes, it does. It does burn faster than planks. Yes.
When you do so. You can blow up TNT underwater if you place it on a pressure plate. This is especially useful for getting flint quickly. And if you place a door on a trap door of a shipwreck while mining extra wood, you can simply flip the trap door to get your door back. You can see further in the nether by going to Quake Pro because nether fog is loaded in a plane from the player. And sadly, this doesn't...
Okay, here's the deal. Arkamu, you are saying literally just wrong. I am saying that a carpet burns faster than planks. You're saying it doesn't. So here's the deal. I'm going to look it up right now. If I'm right, you're permabanned. That means goodbye forever. If at any point before I find the information you want to apologize, you want to retract your statement, I'll save you. I'm going to start Googling now. Again, I was very specific with my words. It was time to burn. Not time to light, time to burn. Logs, stripped logs, wood, block of coal. Ignite odds 5, burn odds 5. Planks, slabs, composter, beehive. Ignite odds 5, burn odds 20. Let's scroll down. Carpets. Ignite odds, 60. Oh, wait, the burn odds are the same. Oh. But they retracted anyway. Okay, cool. I was right.
Work in newer versions. After opening your inventory, if you press tab, the book will be highlighted, and then from there you can press space to open and close it. But you can actually use this to craft slightly faster, because instead of going all the way over to grab your item, you can just press space and you're instantly over the item. And so you'll see a lot of runners do this to craft everything they want. When using TNT to collect gold from a bastion, you can actually briefly light yourself on fire to reduce the knockback from TNT. This also works with Hoglins.
I don't get why you don't take more damage from this. I get why you don't take the knockback, but shouldn't you take more damage?
Most speedrunners drop a piece of gravel on their trading pit, not only to elevate the items so they can collect them easier, but this will also actually kill any baby piglins at the bottom.
Can't take 2 instances of damage of the same tick. But I thought if the damage was bigger, you still take the bigger damage. I think you guys are all incorrect about this. It's whatever comes first. Man catch up. I'll give you an opportunity to retract your statement. I will look it up. If it turns out you are wrong, you are permanently banned. If it turns out you are right, I will gift you a sub. What would you like to do? I'm too petty. It's been a good ride, chat.